I get asked this question. Vanderbilt's getting a nosebleed in this game. That's what's going to happen.
Interesting.
Up to 10 in the
I,
rankings. It's a home game. I get
yeah.
it. But let me ask you this question. I'm going to throw this one to you because I
Okay.
get a lot of this and understandably so. And what's interesting about college football and the NFL draft at the quarterback position these days, they've intersected for a
Hmm.
long time, man. It was hard because it's like, yeah, he's awesome. Tim Tebow's awesome in college, not an NFL quarterback. This guy's awesome in college. Go back to like Doug Flutie, awesome at BC, not an N. So, but we've seen now where like just 90% of the guys that are like at big time programs, winning games, nationals, if they're awesome in college, they're an early round draft pick at quarterback, typically, right? Much more so than any other point in the history of the NFL in the NFL draft. Diego Pavia, uh, I think Heisman favorite right now, right? Him and Ty Simpson probably. Uh, at least getting invited to New York as we sit here right now.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like most entertaining player in college football. He's the darling of the nation in college football this year. And he's been awesome. We talk about Johnny Football, Manziel, and some of those things that we remember the upsets against Bama and like he just has that swagger about him and all of it, right?
He's been a big part of Vanderbilt being back
Uh,
to a respectable program.
the biggest,
Okay.
and by a long shot. But NFL prospect. What do you think?
So the way you pose it to me is there anything he can do? Is there, if I say it this way, is there anything he
Sure,
can
yeah.
do to become to get drafted?
Yep.
And the answer is sure. I mean, sure there is. Like he could. I mean, they still have Missouri, Texas, and Tennessee on the like those are some pretty good defenses, and he just goes on an absolute tear, and Vanderbilt goes on a run, and they win those games, and Pavia, Pavia goes down in the Senior Bowl and wows people. And I think that when people interview, I think they're going to love him. I think the teams are going to fall in love with him during the interview process. I think he's a late round guy at best. I think there's a good chance he doesn't get drafted and gets a chance in a camp. I think that's more of what we're talking about when we look at him as a passer and we look at him as a frame and trying to get into a traditional NFL offense. Maybe I'm crazy. I think he's a late round guy at best.
I texted a couple scouts, and it's kind of the same thing you're saying. It's what I see on tape. Here's the thing that
I love him. It's just how does it
I
translate to the
absolutely love it.
NFL?
But and I'm only answering. I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yums. I'm not trying to do that. But it's probably the question we get asked the most, and it's a very understandable question. Like, does he have any shot?
Yeah.
Like, what? Because we've seen guys rise out of nowhere, and guys don't have to be 6'2". He's 5'096" though, verified height from this summer. 208.
I thought
I'm
he was taller
calling
than that. That's yeah,
me too.
that's
I know. I'm calling bullshit on the estimated 475 because I don't think you run away from Harold Perkins like that if you run a
yeah, he looks
475.
faster than
I think
that.
he's probably a 4'6" guy, maybe in the 4'5s. And I only bring up 40 time because there is a feeling among scouts like, wouldn't mind trying him at a different position.
Interesting. He's got that thick build, man. He looks a little bit like a running
We
back.
still like Joshua Cribbs, Julian Edelman. I know there's a bunch
Tommy
of others.
Malott coming out
Tommy
of
Malott.
Montana.
Yep.
You're a guy.
So like we've seen a lot of like late round flyers on guys that. So it'll be interesting to see at the Senior Bowl. I'm sure he'll be invited to the Senior Bowl. I'd be shocked if he doesn't go, and why wouldn't you? Um, uh, if
I could
he
see him really doing well there. I could see him,
doing some other things, or maybe he's just damned and determined. Yeah, I wanted to touch on that.
I hear you.
And you say why? Yeah, the height is part of it, but it's more like I don't see the arm, I don't see the anticipation, I don't see the NFL throws. Um,
No.
and like that, you can be both things. You can have those limitations as a pro prospect and still be fucking awesome at
And
Vanderbilt,
fun to watch. And
and
like,
would be fucking awesome anywhere he played because he's just different, right?
Yeah, and
so
come
I can
out of
love him, but
nowhere and
yeah.
go to New York for the Heisman ceremony.
Tim Tebow was one of the best college football players I was ever around, I ever saw live, ever evaluated, ever watched on like TV. But I never, you know.
Yeah, I think there's a strong argument for him being the best college football player of all time. I think there's a really strong argument.
Strong. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't fight you on it. That good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any thoughts? Do you like my pick? Hate my pick on Missouri? I'm telling you, I'm banging it now. 5-2 last 3 weeks. I'm on 6 out of 7 picks in my pool that I can't tell you who I'm in it with or whatever. But like, I get hot this time of year, and then I'll cool down around Thanksgiving, and I'll tell you when to back off. Don't back off now.
Yeah, you're gonna tell people when to back off. No,
I will.
I don't hate the pick. By the way, have you seen the video going around of the left guard, Cade McConnell, just against LSU, just murdering people with his punch? He's a guy he came from Minnesota, didn't play there, didn't play really last year. He's gotten some snaps at center, which I like because that means he could play both positions. But the Vanderbilt left guard is a social media darling right now for what he did against LSU on this rep, where he turned and punched the defensive end and knocked him on his ass, and then turned and hit the nose tackle and knocked him on his ass. The kid was looking for work and had bad intentions. It was kind of fun to see and just to get on your radar of a guy we got to watch going forward.
I should mention that Pavia was ranked 26 in one of the one of the there's national and Blesto scouting lists, and all. It was a grade. It was 26 of the seniors, so that wasn't even a list with. And there's about an average of 12 to 13 quarterbacks drafted each year, and he was graded like 26th. That wouldn't include a Mendoza, a Ty Simpson, Dante Moore, Lenoris Sellers, John Mateer. None of those guys were on. So that is, those, and it would be the equivalent of like 31, 32. So just if you're not trusting us, and I don't put any stock into their grades, to be totally honest with you, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Finally, 7:30 ABC. We're breaking into this game. Come join us, okay? On the show. And I'll remind you one more time, the McShay report. The top 32, you get all 32 picks, and I like some very detailed breakdowns and some behind the scenes stuff and what goes into it, and the 5 risers that are like why they rose and what the position strengths and all that stuff. And then on Friday, we're going to release another one with the fringe guys that didn't make the 32, but I can envision a world, and here's a path to where they could be in the top 32. So I'm basically giving you like a top 40 over the next couple of days in the McShay Report. Google it and subscribe, please.